Yes, sitting with one right now, actually. How would you like to go from a wine tasting novice to an expert in just an hour? Well, good news is you can, thanks to author and wine expert Randa Warren's brand new book. And she is here this morning to tell us a little bit more about the 60-minute wine expert. Welcome.
Well, hi, Katie.
Thanks for joining us this morning. We really
Absolutely.
appreciate it. So first off, I just want to let folks know that you are one of 249 professionals worldwide that have passed the prestigious Master Sommelier exam.
Yes.
That is impressive.
Well, thank you. I'll tell you, it was a long, hard road, but well worth the effort, and it led me into some very interesting avenues. I have a retail wine store at 81st and Yale, and do a lot of consulting, and one day it just dawned on me that why haven't you written a book about some of your experiences and try to encapsulate making wine easy for beginners and then as well as people who have a little bit of wine knowledge. So that's when I came up with this book earlier this spring.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how you got into wine in the first place. What was it about wine, or what?
It's a great question, and honestly, I think the driving factor was the fact that I was like a dummy when it came to wine, and this was early in my 30s. I knew nothing about wine, how to order wine in a restaurant, and I got tired of always being stuck with a wine I didn't like for dinner, paying a little bit more than I wanted to, and that's when I started to research, how can I find out a little bit more about wine?
Sure.
So I started taking some home study courses out of New York, and back then we didn't have the internet, so life was a little bit more rudimentary.
Sure.
And so I started on a home study program that led me through 4 or 5 different levels until I found the sommelier program up in or CIA at Culinary Institute in New York. And then I started traveling more to New York in the programs up there. So all in all, I eventually just started testing for the Master Sommelier exams and progressed through that up to the master level. And finally, in 2007, I passed.
Well, congratulations.
So, well, thank you.
It's quite an
Thank
accolade.
you.
And again, one of just 249, only 25 females have that honor.
That's correct.
And you're one of them.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Whew.
So, yeah, very good. So let's talk a little bit about the book, 60-Minute Wine Expert. If folks are interested in wanting to get this, what are some of the things that you go over in this that they would read? Well,
the whole point of this book was to simplify what can be a scary topic. And, a lot of people are intimidated by wine. Perhaps they've just been drinking box wine or Little Penguin.
So many varieties, so many locations that it comes from.
Exactly. So I started out, what is wine, and what are the major grapes, how to taste wine, what is acidity, what is tannin, and really tried to simplify some of these elements in tasting. And then I had added some exercises to compare, say, Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc and see the differences as I talked through them. But then I moved into food and wine pairing, cheese and wine pairing, how to start a wine cellar, and I conclude at the end of the book with 20, question and answers, like, is it okay to put ice cubes in your wine? Well, sure it is. I mean, in the middle of summer, if you have in the rare occasion, you have half a bottle of red Zinfandel lying around, pour that into an ice cube tray, put it in your freezer, and then a few nights later, when you're having red Zinfandel, pop a few of those cubes in, and you can sit outside comfortably and not dilute the wine.
I don't know if that's something that comes across to people when they're thinking, do I add ice? What kind of ice should I add? Or, well, you can freeze the wine.
Exactly.
So, fantastic. Where can people find this book if they are interested?
Well, it's available on Amazon. If it's not already in Barnes & Noble, it will be within, I'd say, within the week. And you can also email me directly and pick up one at my house, and I can give you a signed copy.
Beautiful, fantastic.
So,
well, thanks for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it. Again, the book is 60-Minute Wine Expert by Randa Warren. It is available in bookstores and online. Signed copies, you can email her at randbagel.me or at me.com, and the website to go to randawarren.com.